Good morning, third grade, and welcome to our last week of school. It has been a long ride. It's been a long year in third grade, but you guys have all done amazing. This week in reading, we're going to do some review today, and then we're going to do a small mystery on Wednesday and Friday. So get excited about those. To start off today, we're going to review main idea. If you remember, main idea is what a story is mostly about. It doesn't have specific details. You can use details to support the main idea. We're going to do the first one together, and you'll do the second one on your own. To start with the title, A Brief History of Chewing Gum. We'll zoom in a little bit so we can see. It isn't surprising to see people chewing gum, but what might be surprising is that people have been chewing gum since ancient times. Scientists have found birch bark tar with teeth marks in it that led them to conclude that people were chewing gum 5,000 years ago. Throughout time, gum has been a material that is chewed, not swallowed. The ingredients in gum, however, have undergone many changes. A material that was popular in the 1800s was a substance called chicle. Modern gums are made with several different materials, including certain types of waxes and rubbers. What is the main idea of this section? A. People like to chew gum more now than they used to. B. Scientists have concluded that people have been chewing gum since ancient times. C. While people have enjoyed chewing gum for a long time, the materials used to make gum have undergone several changes. D. Chicle was used to make gum in the 1800s. Now, if you remember when we were learning about main idea, we learned about a couple of ways to find the main idea. One of the ways was to look at the beginning sentence and the end sentence, because the beginning sentence is the topic sentence, and that tells us what the whole passage is about. And if you remember, main idea is what a passage is all about. So that's a great place to start looking. Let's look at the first sentence. It says, "It isn't surprising to see people chewing gum. But what might be surprising is that people have been chewing gum since ancient times." Let's see if there are any of our options that say that they've been chewing since ancient times. Oh, I see one in B. But we can't stop there. We have to double check that the other ones are not correct. People like to chew gum more now than they used to. Do you remember seeing that inside the article? No, so it's definitely not A. Go ahead and cross that out. C. While people have enjoyed chewing gum for a long time, the materials used to make gum have undergone several changes. Now, I do remember seeing that in the middle. That is a detail, so that cannot be the main idea. It doesn't talk about that the entirety of the story. So cannot be C. And D. Chicle was used to make gum in the 1800s. Now that is another detail. It is not the main idea. For the rest of this page, you are going to do the same thing. Find the main idea, highlight your evidence, and then cross out the details. On the second page, we are looking at inferences. Inferences is a connection that you can make with your own life experience. It's not always explicitly in the text. So you have to think about you being in that situation to answer the question. Starting at the top. You've never had hot fries? They're the best. Red powder covered Isaiah's fingers as he popped yet another chip into his mouth. Come on, Isaiah continued. You've got to try them. Todd made sure that he had a glass of water nearby. Unlike Isaiah, who seemed to live on spicy food, Todd seldom ate things that were hot. After hearing Isaiah go on and on about how good hot fries were, Todd decided to give them a try. All right, let me see one, Todd said. Reaching out his hand, he popped the chip into his mouth. Wow, it burns! Todd began to guzzle his glass of water. He decided that spicy food was not for him. Which sentence in the passage best shows that Todd did not enjoy the spicy food? So this is when we have to use our inferences. We know that we didn't read anywhere in there that it said Todd did not like the spicy food. It didn't say that word for word. But there are parts of the passage that give us clues that make us think that. And remember, we're going to have to use this for our mystery on Wednesday and Friday. So, how did we know? He popped the chip into his mouth. Does that tell him that he did not enjoy spicy food? No. Todd began to guzzle his glass of water. Would he drink his water really, really fast if he liked spicy food? Maybe not. Let's leave that one. C. Todd decided to give them a try. Does that say that he did not enjoy spicy food? Not really, so I don't think it can be C. And D. You've got to try them. That doesn't really tell us that he didn't enjoy it either. So the only option is B. B is the correct answer. You'll have to answer the questions on the second part. On the third page, we're going back to context clues. There are many ways that you can find context clues. Some of them you might remember are antonyms inside the sentence, a definition, an example, an inference. So we're going to apply those to find what the word assume means. Starting at the beginning. I'm late. I am going to be tardy. Shime yelled as she ran into the living room. Relax, her mother said. If we leave now, you'll get to school in plenty of time. Grab your backpack and let's go. My backpack, Shima exclaimed. Where is it? I don't know for sure, but I assume it's by the door like it usually is, her mother said calmly. Shima rushed to the door and pulled her backpack out from under a large coat. Here it is. Let's go. What do you think the word assume means? To find what the word assume means, I can use a couple of strategies. I can go back to the sentence. And I can read it by saying blank when I come to the unknown word. I don't know for sure, but I blank. It's by the door like it usually is. If you had to put a word in there, what would you put there? Let's try to plug in a different word that would also make sense. I don't know for sure, but I think it's by the door like it usually is. Think would be a synonym for the word assume. So if we were going to give a definition of assume, we could restate the question. The word assume means to think. And that's one strategy to find the definition of a word when we use context clues. Answer the second part. Finally, we are going to multiple meaning words. If you remember, multiple meaning words can mean that two words either sound the same, like two, and two, but they have different meanings, or they can sound the same and be spelled differently. Now that plays a big role in how we understand what we read. If I told you that there was a bear outside, you would definitely think of the animal a bear, not a bare pair of feet. So it's important to understand the different kinds of words. Starting at the top, Abraham Lincoln is often referred to as Honest Abe. There are many ideas about how his nickname originated. When Lincoln worked at a store, he accidentally took 6 cents more from a customer than he should have. When Lincoln realized his mistake, he walked a long distance to return the customer's money. Others say it's because when Lincoln was a lawyer, he wouldn't charge clients who were very poor. Still, others say the nickname came about because Lincoln was known for judging horse races fairly. However, Lincoln came by his nickname. People seem to agree that he was a man of character. Now, right underneath, that is a part from a dictionary showing us the part of speech, a noun, and the different definitions for them. We need to figure out what kind of character they're talking about in the last sentence. However, Lincoln came by his nickname. People seem to agree that he was a man with character. So does that character mean 1, behavior that shows moral or ethical qualities, meaning that he was a good person? 2, a person or an animal in a play? 3, a written mark that represents a letter in the alphabet. So that would be or a Chinese character. Or 4, a person who is tough or who is though to act odd. The correct answer is A, behavior that shows moral or ethical qualities. Lincoln was a person that was very honest, and that shows that he had good ethical qualities. Once you finish the bottom of each one of these pages, you can go back to your 3rd grade times and finish the next page in the packet. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on Wednesday.